Hello and good morning and welcome to Morning Mindset. My name is Michelle Dale, coming to you here from virtual co-working space, and today we're doing a slot in Morning Mindset about in the news. So yesterday we talked about Donald Trump and did he actually manifest his own shooting, or was it something externally that occurred? And today the sadness, this one is for the UK. The sadness that we're all feeling about losing the Euro 2024 Cup last night. It was devastating, I would say. I was watching the entire match. I felt like we had a really good chance, and it's so interesting. So today we're going to talk about why did England lose the World Cup. You can say Spain were a better team. Okay, yes, obviously that's the logical, conscious reason why we lost. But I wanted to ask, I actually consulted the cards because I was a little bit like, why would this be manifested? And obviously you can think in terms of manifestation, you can say that perhaps England were embodying more subconscious fears about what if we don't lose. Maybe Spain had more subconscious positives about obviously we're going to win. It's like a given. So there are two different sides of energies playing out there. That's the impression I got. Spain came on super confident. I felt like England had an energy of slightly concerned. But, you know, there was a collective consciousness in the news basically saying it's in the bag for Spain, and England would have really had to have pulled out some stops in order to win. Now, I thought we actually played quite well. It was just by chance there was an opportunity for a goal towards the end, and Spain bagged that chance and they won the cup. Now, when I thought about why did England lose the cup, I decided to pull on a few cards to see if we can get some answers from the universe. Now, it's really interesting what came out because the first card we had was an oracle card. It was about enough. Now, you can interpret this in different ways. It's very interesting because the first thing I thought to myself is that it says here, may you be exactly as you are, but I think that we lost because England have been playing exactly how they have been playing for many years, and they've been there before in the final and they lost, and it's always like we just get close enough to get to that place, but we never cross the threshold. We never cross that finish line, you know. And we all have to give England a pat on the back for actually getting to the final, by the way. I mean, that is still a win. That is not losing. You may have lost the first place, but you have still made it to that incredible final. But there is this feeling of, was it enough? And I keep coming back to this manager, Gareth Southgate, because I watched an interview with him, and it was very interesting where this manager basically said on the interview, I don't believe in fairy tales. And that actually made me think immediately that if you don't believe in that, and you don't believe in magic, you don't believe in miracles, you don't believe that, then that's probably something that could cause, you know, failure or the loss of the win. So that was really interesting. And when I pulled out this card, it reminded me originally of that interview where I said, I just don't believe in fairy tales. You know, and I get that. He's a very logical guy. But at the same time, there's definitely an air of stuckness. And when you've been doing a job for so long and you've been doing it the same way for so long, the next couple of cards that came out were quite interesting. The Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands. Now, can you see both of these cards? They came out one after the other. They're both almost identical. We've got the Page here holding I call it a stick, it's a wand. And then we've got the hand holding out the wand, you know, and you can say to yourself, maybe this is symbolic in some way that, you know, these people this is firmly planted on the ground and this is in the clouds. So maybe Spain had this vision of, I believe in magic, I believe in miracles, I believe we can win because, because we're manifesting this. And maybe England were just a little bit too grounded in this like, well, it's all about that. Also, these are cards of creativity. So, I mean, I actually believe or think that there was a lack of creativity in the strategy last night from England. I felt that Spain had a lot more tricks up their sleeve, and England were almost too predictable. And I believe that if Spain had the idea that we'll study England and we'll study how the players move and work and we'll study their matches, they probably had a pretty good idea of what was going to happen. So this is also pretty good, it's also a good business lesson that, you have to move with the times and you have to get creative if you want to achieve things. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over and expect different results. They say that's the definition of madness. So we've got these two cards here, and we've got, I believe these represent creativity. We need a creative strategy. Spain had a more creative approach than England did, and that's how we ended up winning. Hi Anna, welcome. We're already started, but we're talking about in the news today. We're talking about the loss of England in the Euro Cup last night, which is dominating the news. It was last night. So we've got these. We've pulled the cards and we've asked a question about why did England lose the cup, and then we've had this about, it just was, I don't think it was enough push, but also there was not enough creativity there. And when you look at the two teams, you see one is moving forward in a way where it's almost in the clouds, magical belief, positivity, which is Spain, and then we've got this very firmly planted on the ground England over here, simply not creative enough. When you can see everything there and it's all laid out for you, where are the surprises? I don't think we had any surprises. And finally, the last card that came out, well, on the bottom of the deck was the end. I believe this is the end for the manager of the manager of England. I truly believe that. It's certainly the end of the Euro 2024, and there's no going back from that. But here we have what I believe is England walking away, feeling as though, they half made it. You see the 3 cups there on the floor emptying out, but there's 2 still standing. I believe that too represents second place, which is what they got essentially. But obviously their other cups are empty. They've managed to keep second place standing, and they're walking away feeling very sorry for themselves, which is a little bit sad. But that's what the cards said about in the news today, which was about England losing the match last night. It was pretty devastating for all of us Brits, but at the same time, we've got to look at the positives in this. Maybe now this will create changes within the England team that need to occur and need to happen in order for everyone to move forward. This could be a change of management, a change of players, a change of strategy, a more creative approach to playing football as opposed to being too predictable, which is what I think that was. And again, it's looking at, did we do enough or could we have done more? Okay, so that was today's little morning mindset in the news. We'll see what comes up tomorrow. I never know what we're going to talk about until the day. I was pretty sure I was going to talk about this yesterday because it had been on my mind for quite a while. But you never know whether England were going to win or lose. But I do believe that we create our own reality. I do believe that England desperately wanted, but in manifestation the wanting is not enough, because the wanting is almost like saying to yourself, I don't have it because I want it. Whereas I believe Spain fully went onto that pitch last night knowing the cup was theirs, and it was just a process of getting through the 90 minutes. And that's where mindset plays out in very mysterious ways, and it's a lesson to us all. Okay, so we're going to go down into accountability now. I hope you are all going to have a fantastic week ahead. We are in Monday today. It's 11:11. Can't make this stuff up. 11:11. And we're going to start accountability. I'm going to say as well, visualization is everything. Maybe Spain were visualizing a lot and in England skipped that lesson. But definitely give a lot of weight to your visualizations. Visualization is what makes everything truly happen, you know, as from within, so is without, and all that. So really focus on that today. And we'll come back here tomorrow with another more in the news. Maybe we'll ask the cards what's going on. Maybe we'll just discuss it like we did yesterday. But for today, let's do accountability. Thank you so much, Anna, for being here, and I shall see you back here again tomorrow. Take care.
Before we begin, don't forget you can join me live online inside Virtual Co-working Space at www.virtualmissfriday.com/VCS. If you enjoy this session, give it a like. I'd love to hear from you, so write me a comment. And so you don't miss any updates, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. So now we're going to look for the positive with our gratitude. First, we'll spend 1 minute thinking of the day before, thinking of all the things that happened, reflecting on work, interactions, relationships, memorable moments, and more. Now you'll write one thing down minimum that you're grateful for. You can, of course, write down more. Something good, something that went right, a small moment or a big win. The more you search for things to be grateful for, the more you will experience things to be grateful for. Now we're going to read out your goal. Make sure your goal is written down in a journal or somewhere you can easily access it. Read your goal now, ideally out loud, and commit to this goal. Believe it will happen. And by reading this daily, the universe knows clearly what your goal is, and the things begin to shift in the direction of your goal. Follow your instincts when this happens by taking action. Now you need to see your goal in visualization. Spend this minute thinking about the goal in your mind. See yourself taking steps towards the goal, or even better still, see yourself having already achieved the goal. Close your eyes and go there. Step into the feeling, step into the place, step into the accomplishment. And finally, it's time for your most important task. Set this task for today and make it relating to your goal. This could be something small like sending an email, recording a video, or making a phone call, or it could be bigger. Either way, one task a day is one step forward, and those steps will add up. Do what you can from where you are now. Set the intention, and the action will carry you towards your goal. Well done you for completing your daily co-create session. Have a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you next time.